Howdy, y'all, and welcome to Volume 14 of the Songwriter Sessions here at Wilson Valley Mercantile. Eley Buck Davis, our host, will be joining us with Mary Charlotte Young. Well, Eley, Mary Charlotte, thank you all very much for being here today. Of course, this is our Songwriter Sessions here from Wilson Valley Mercantile, and we're recording this in anticipation of the next Songwriter Roundup, which, as it is every time, I forget to look at what
I
the
know.
date
I keep
is.
saying I'm going to write this date down and have it in front of me.
I feel like
of
is it the
January.
15th?
January 15th.
Yeah.
Thursday, January
There you
15th,
go.
6 p.m., Wilson Valley Mercantile.
There you go.
So, again, thank you all very much for being here. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into some of the questions I've got here. I've heard you several different times describe some of your music as murder ballads. And tell us about your music and your inspiration and what got you into the murder ballad scene, I guess.
She's actually killed people. No, I'm sorry.
I'm passionate about committing murders. No, I've always been fascinated by true crime and spooky stuff and the dark sidedness of people and exploring the shadows that our egos can cast, or just this just the darker side of humanity. And because it's also like whenever you're writing stories, like, or story songs, and you don't necessarily have a personal experience within a story, it's like, or you don't have inspiration, you can look at like the story of a murder and you can tell the story of like what people, like the lengths that people went to take somebody else's life, or just like the wild nature of these people thinking that they can live these normal lives and actually be like monsters behind closed doors. It's like those are really cool things that I like to kind of examine, and like the psychology of people, sociology of people. But I've always, like, even when I was a kid, before I started playing music, I loved writing stories. And when I started playing guitar in high school, I taught myself out of a Mel Bay book, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and all that good stuff. And it was the 90s, so there was, I would like try to play Nirvana songs or STP or whatever. It's like it could have been anything. But it's like I really found like where my niche was with kind of doing like love songs and like story songs about like normal everyday people, but also with the murder ballads, because I also think that it's important to keep an American tradition alive. Like we love songs about murders. We love it. I mean, if you really think about it, it's like there's so many murder ballads like within traditional folk and country music that when people hear a different genre of music also speak about murders, they don't, it's like there's cognitive dissonance. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like they think that it's like, oh, that's so dark sided that these, the rappers like will rap about murders, or just like the things that they see in their neighborhood, but they don't even connect the fact that like Johnny Cash has some dark sided stuff himself, and he was, a Nobel laureate or whatever. He got like, different like awards for, the things that he created as an artist. And so I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing to write about. I write about things I'm interested in. So
It makes me think of something I heard Alfred Hitchcock say, which I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact quote, but he basically said, like when he was making the movie Psycho, which is based on Ed Gein, and he was like, it's not all the murders and all this weird stuff that makes the story interesting. It's the fact that we're all capable of doing something like that. That's the scary part. That was the human that did that to other, that's the part that is, unfortunately relatable.
Well, I mean, like that's my song Wichita is about the serial killer BTK.
Mm.
And it's like, don't it make you sad? Don't it make you blue when the dog catcher is trying to catch you? It's because he worked for the city. He worked for animal control.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it's like he would use his job as like a public employee to be able to enter people's spaces and seemed like a normal man. But he was really like it's like he did that, and I think he might have even like installed like security systems for people, and then he would use his like inside knowledge of their homes and stuff to be able to eradicate. Like there was one family, he killed like the whole family.
Wow.
And it was like one of his first murders. And then there were all these women after that he killed. and it's so sinister and wild. He was a dog catcher and he worked for the Lutheran Church.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. Absolutely.
So what's other inspirations other than that? What else drives you to write music?
You've got some love songs.
Well, the need to create and express is important to me to fulfill that. And I feel like I was given a gift like that is my true calling, and that if I don't pursue it, then I'm betraying my calling. You know what I mean? And it's like I might not be the best person at it, but it's like I feel a need and a push that I have to do it. I don't have a choice. And so people can listen or not, and they can like it or not. I don't really give a shit. It's like,
I like that.
okay, you know what I mean? I'm just
That's being
like,
real.
it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't know how to not be myself, and so that is problematic for some people. But I'm just doing it how it seems like. If I wanted to hear a song, like if I like the way that's like I want to create my favorite song. Does that make sense?
It does.
It's like I just want to keep trying to create my favorite song, and I
I
still
like
haven't
that.
done it. Just keep trying.
Got to keep trying.
There's some good stuff in that to quote for other aspiring songwriters. I liked all that.
Hey,
Sweet.
that's a good segue. Talking about other aspiring songwriters. So we'll normally ask folks that we do this interview with, Mary Charlotte, if they have any advice that they'd give, the starting out folks or the ones that are thinking about starting out in this life in this industry as it were. So what would your top things to pass on be?
When you start playing shows, put extra strings in your case. Number one.
Yep.
Very utilitarian.
Number two, always keep a 9-volt battery in your bag. Number three, get a power supply for your pedal tuner and use a pedal tuner so that you can actually turn off your guitar so that you can, without it sounding like shit, because everybody hates you.
I love it.
These are just pet peeves of mine specifically, but because then it's like you start freaking out because you're like, oh my god, I broke a string. Oh no, I didn't bring my strings. You know what I mean? It's just being responsible and prepared. Like, treat it like it is a job. Don't treat it like it is something that you can just lackadaisically do. Like, your job as an artist is to be inspired and to create. And if you don't get up every day with the intention of making manifest your vision, then you're not an artist, you're just lazy.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But it's like people don't understand. Well, because being an artist is hard, because you have to, if this is how you're making your money, you have to make a schedule. You have to have like a way that you're doing stuff. Like, you have to be organized. You have to treat it like it's a job. Like, you can't just treat it like everything's going to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, read books, listen to music that you don't normally listen to, or really examine the structure of songs. Like, try to say something that's been said 1,000 times in the simplest way, but still completely different from the way that other people would say it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the profound nature of like listening to the simple words that Townes Van Zandt could put in a song, but because of the way that they are structured, with the phrasing, with the melody, and with like the feeling of the actual music itself. It's like, it's more than just the words, it's more than just the music, it's more than just the singing or the melody. It's all about how all of those things come together in a super magical way, but you don't have to overcomplicate it. It's so hard to be simple and be good, but it's way easier to overcomplicate it and make it worse than it had to be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
That's one of my
Absolutely,
pet peeves, is when songwriters think that they need to use a word a mile long for a song to be smart. It's like,
Absolutely.
and sometimes that works, if it works with the
Yeah, for
phrasing and
sure.
everything, but it doesn't always
Yeah.
have to be that way,
Right. And you don't have to force rhymes.
No.
You don't have to, but you can. But like, be clever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Prize people. Like, make them think that they're about to hear a different word. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. Keep them on their toes.
Misdirection.
Yes, absolutely.
So one thing I wanted to ask, since you've been to the tasting room a couple of times on a Friday or a Saturday night, and you've also been to the roundup a couple of different times, tell folks what they can expect this coming Thursday.
Well, it's a beautiful drive. It's not that far from my house. What is it, like an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. But like it is one of my favorite drives. It's a gorgeous, just the scenery is amazing. And then I love your spot. It's a beautiful space. It's very homey and welcoming. The food is good. I don't drink, but I'm sure the drinks are wonderful. And the people that are there because they're hungry to hear original music, and it's a really positive atmosphere, and I enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Eley, have you got any questions that you're burning to ask Mary Charlotte?
Yeah, I was thinking this is something we've talked about on the podcast before. I've always heard of musicians being in a class. Like, try to think how to put this. Like when I moved to Nashville.
You mean like how John Prine was in like the Chicago school?
Yes, yeah. So
Right.
yeah, so it's I moved there the same time that hundreds of other people moved there, and we all met at the same open mics, and then became like a class of friends that we still keep up with each other. And if I were going to put you in a class, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, are you in like I would say Mike Ethan Messick, Chad Boyd, Jamie Lynn Wilson?
I used to live with Chad. Yeah, I used to live with Chad, but we were roommates for like several years.
So could you tell us about that music scene, like when y'all met and how that was?
Well, I can tell you what I remember from it because I used to tie one on and have a good time. Chad, actually, I fell off a roof once, and Chad caught me. He saved me from killing myself on accident.
My God.
Yeah, because we would just we would get up on this boat. Sorry, I should turn my notifications off. Sorry, but yeah, we had this broke down boat that sat in our driveway, and we would climb on that to get on the roof because safety first, I guess, but safety last maybe. But no, we had a great time. It was like back when the Gougers were together, like Shane and Jamie. But yeah, I feel like I was still trying to find where like how I wanted to write songs and like trying to find my style. I mean, that's been almost 20 years now, you know? And so it's like there's very few songs from that time that I still even play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you evolve like over time. I would still say that I feel like a square peg in a round hole everywhere that I go. So it's like I don't know where I fit, but I feel like, you know, like the folks that I've been, you know, lucky enough to have as like allies through music have been so kind and generous and accepting in a lot of ways. Like I always get to play at Ethan's Toys for Tots bash, you know, at Riley's Tavern in New Braunfels. And every year, sometimes that's the only time of the year that I ever see Chad because we're both so busy. But yeah, I mean, there's wonderful people in that scene, like Owen Tyner.
Okay.
Do you remember him?
I think
Did
I
you ever
have
know?
seen him. Has he played at one of Mike's events before?
Possibly, but mostly it's that he is in like now he's back where he grew up in East Texas, over like near Lindale, I think.
Okay.
Like near Tyler.
Yeah.
But he has a song that I still cover. It's called
Oh,
Ball
wow.
Player, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a great song. He's a phenomenal songwriter. But yeah, it's like I would say that's my school, but also like I feel like everybody's school expands.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I love about that scene is, seeing y'all at Toys for Tots when you were on stage, all your people are watching you. It's like y'all still support each other after, like you said, 20 years, and it's still that way. And that's, I'm envious of it because y'all get to see each other a little more often. But like a lot of my people are still in Nashville. But I've got a friend that he's been on the Grand Ole Opry. But if I post a song that I've written, he shares it still. And I share his stuff, and it's like I'm glad that we're all a part of a music community like that.
It can be difficult, like just I feel like when you're as a woman in a male dominated field, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a it's like a minefield sometimes. Like there's some like songwriters, like dudes, that I'll be like, oh my god, I really love that song, that's really beautiful, let me know if you ever want to try to like do a co-write or something. And then like all of a sudden somebody's wife's like,
Ah,
or like, my wife won't let me, and I'm like, what? It's just, or like, I mean, sometimes women are weird, like
I,
like catty, not all the time, but it's just like, I just want to be friends with everybody.
yeah,
And like, and work and do like our creative passions, but people
Sure.
can be weird about it. I don't know, it's strange, but yeah, you just navigate it and keep going. It's fine.
it's funny because we've been doing dinner parties with some of our music friends here in Central Texas, and
Hmm.
one of our friends, Natalie Metcalf, she's the only girl in the group, and she
Yeah.
she hosted one of the little parties at her house, and it was funny because my wife, Gracie, and then her husband were like, and then all the other wives were like stuck with him while Natalie and the rest of the guys are all talking shop. It's kind of funny
Right,
to watch
right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the inversion of your life. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I bet that was entertaining.
yeah.
Well, Mary, what anything else that you want to tell folks coming up, or anything new you got in the bag for the roundup coming up? Any new songs?
Yeah, I got a lot of new songs. I just posted one of them on my Instagram and YouTube today. It's one that I finished like a week or two ago, and yeah, there's a ton more. And if there's anybody, speaking of new songs, I need to make a new album. And um, I normally record with Jake Whalen because I've known him for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Out in Thorndale. He did my last two records, and I need to find where I can do this next one. So if anybody has any suggestions that don't cost literal limbs off my body, then I would be very happy to take those suggestions.
Have you considered doing a live record at a venue somewhere?
Not really, because I don't have a band.
Yeah, you don't need a band though.
Well, I mean, I know I would prefer, like, I like the. I mean, I will do that. Absolutely, I would. I would take that if that was like the best option that made the most sense. Yes, absolutely. But I really like going into the studio and building a song that like the way that I hear it in my head.
Yeah, I respect
What
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like that. I would love to do a live record, absolutely. But I love doing the studio thing just because it's so fun to hear it like develop into its own like little person. You know what I mean? Like every little song like has its own identity more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can flesh it out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Suggestions if y'all have any.
We'll keep thinking about that one. Maybe we'll come up with something for next Thursday.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, either of y'all have anything else you want to share? Eley, you got anything else you would like to ask Mary?
I think that's all I got. I'm looking forward to the roundup.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
I am
great.
too.
I'm excited to see you. Every time that I hear you, I feel like you just have the most gentle, beautiful voice. And if like seriously, you have such a beautiful voice. I really love the way that you play guitar. I love your songs, and so it's always a joy to hear you. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you. John, what are you laughing
Dude.
about over there?
I have no comment about any of that.
John doesn't think my voice is gentle.
Get?
Well, we also work together, so he was probably tired of my voice.
I also
It's
have
like
no
it's like
comments
it's like
about that either.
daggers.
So, on that note, thank y'all very much for being here today, and looking forward to seeing everybody on January 15th at 6 p.m. Wilson Valley Mercantile for the Songwriter Roundup with Eley Buck Davis and Mary Charlotte Young.
See you then.
Thank you. Bye.